again, so thanks to everybody who's joining us live here on Vidphone, people who are joining us all across the social media. So we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn. So really, really exciting. Today we have some wonderful insights and some a small presentation where we could run you through what we've been up to, some of the developments at Vidphone, and how it goes for you. So let's very quickly let me just share my screen here. Again, a big warm welcome to everybody who's joined us. So all right, so today it's all about video commerce, right? So I think many of you who have been following what we do and all of your support, I think not only the peers and all of the other founders, but a lot of the ecosystem enablers, be it from the government, be it other organizations. So thanks a lot for all your support, and many of you would be aware of the kind of advancements or improvements that's coming. So I thought I'd just run you through some of these key areas that we're working on. So as all of this is all about video commerce, right? So Vidphone, we are here to deliver probably the best video commerce experience that people anywhere in the world have seen. So very quickly, let me just tell you what this is about, and firstly, what's in it for me or what's in it for you, right? As somebody who's listening to this, hopefully, at the end of this 30 minutes, you would have kind of opened your mind, you would have opened your eyes to this brand new industry that's coming up, right? So really, really interesting. And what's in it for you? So how does somebody, if whether you're a brand, if you're a business, how exactly do you ride this wave? And if you're an influencer or an affiliate, or let's say you're somebody who's in a job right now, but looking to start your own company, or you're looking to, but you don't have the idea yet. So how can you kind of plug into this big movement and actually do very well for yourself? So that's what's in it for you guys, whether you're a brand and whether you're an affiliate. Also, I would say that for the consumers, at the end of the day today, uh, consumers need more choice, right? Consumers need more options. And one of the things that we are looking to do with Vidphone is actually make people buy smartly, or to make smart purchasing decisions, right? So based on actual knowledge and the information that you need, as opposed to just advertisements and flash sales. So that's a little bit about what's in it for you guys. Uh, Again, I would like to thank everybody. So everybody who's joined us here, really want to thank all of you, and also thank my team for always doing their best. Really, really appreciate all of that. Uh, so a little bit of let's set a bit of context, right? So over this next 30 minutes, I would suggest that switch off your phones. Let's kind of have a one-to-one conversation. uh, Also take notes if you find some of these stats and some of the things that I'm talking about are interesting. You're welcome to take notes. Feel free to share this around, and I'm happy to take some questions at the end in case we have any. So that's some quick context setting. Just want to talk about this industry first, right? So many of you may be aware of the e-commerce market that we're all currently in, right? So, but the sad fact in India and also globally is that e-commerce still occupies a very, very small share of the entire retail space, right? E-commerce just probably about 5 to 10% is the kind of penetration. What we are seeing in video commerce is something that we have not seen ever before. The kind of potential and the kind of statistics that certain really, really good third-party agencies have done are absolutely amazing, right? So I haven't seen this kind of numbers in my whole life. What we're talking about is a $2.8 trillion economy on video commerce in the next few years. Now, just to put that into context, uh, the entire GDP of India is around $3 trillion, 2.5 to 3.5, depending on which study you're referring. But that's, we are looking at an economy that's the size of India that's going to actually come. And the craziest thing about this is that till today, nobody has cracked this market. And, that's exactly why I'm here to share with you guys how we could do this together. quick, intro about myself. So who is this guy, right? So, yeah, I'm Jagat, founder and CEO at Vidphone. I'm an IT grad. I'm an engineer. Been running business for the past, decade and a half now. Really, really exciting time. I think to be running business, and of course, apart from my work, I also, I love playing guitars. I'm a, I play cricket, and I also, enjoy my golf. So that's a little bit about me. About my story. So when I was back in, college. Uh, right through my teens, I've always been fascinated by entrepreneurship, and I was lucky to kind of jump into this whole ship uh, when I was very young. So maybe I was 22 when I started my first company, and 25 when I started, another company. So, and these were, this was back in 2008, 2010, well before starting up became a thing. So we never even called it starting up. We just, I just said we were just doing our own thing, and so over the past 14 years, kind of learned a lot in the industry, served multiple, clients, be it some of the largest brands in the world, be it organizations, be it small and medium business, startups. So, we've had the fortune of working with some amazing clients. I've also had, some wonderful team members over the journey, and I think that's really exciting. We've also raised angel investment from some very, very smart people. Government of Karnataka also, kind of gave us a grant for one of our products, and we're really happy to also have the government of India, in a way, the STPI, as shareholders in the company. So I'm really excited about these partnerships, and I think they say that it takes a village to nurture a child. It definitely does take more than just a village to nurture a startup, right? So really, really thankful to all the ecosystem enablers who always support us. So today, my goal is to actually share with you uh, three big secrets that nobody's going to tell you. And this is really based on our own experience as a company, my experience in running the organization, and really, these are not something that you may find in a textbook, but I'm super excited to share these with you because you've actually taken the time to get on my webinar and actually spend your time. So the first secret that I wish I knew long back, to be honest, is the trend is your friend, right? So for many people who are into, let's say, investments or investing, we do see that this quote is used quite often, especially in the stock market. If there is pharma run, all the pharma companies are doing well, so everyone's suggesting jump into the pharma bandwagon, and stuff like that. So suddenly work from home is happening, so kind of jump into that. So most of the times the trend is your friend, right? And if you are doing something that you feel is kind of outdated, or is something that you think is slowly becoming irrelevant in today's fast moving days, I think you must seriously consider what you are doing and see how you can latch on to something that's really, really on the rise around you. And that's really important. Now, let's say that you wanted to do a business and you said, hey, I want to do a photocopying business, right? Probably not the best idea to get started with. Again, who knows, it may work, but very, very unlikely, right? Because photocopying, kind of, you see that we're seeing the end of paper. The more and more we have digital and soft copies and all of this, there's lesser and lesser chance for people requiring photocopies. And so you must do something that's a lot more in vogue, something that is actually happening right now. And that's something that I find most people are hesitant. People are generally, quite uh, quite circumspect, or kind of apprehensive about learning new things, right? So everybody thought that we have learned all through school and college, maybe my first 1 or 2 months in training at the new job, and that's the end of our learning. And I think that's probably the biggest mistake one can make in life. So always think about what's next and how you can kind of be part of that. uh, Here's the second one. Again, let me just get a glass of water. So again, the networks make your net worth. Many of you may have heard this quote, and you may have just have kind of let it pass. But I would suggest take a minute and think about how important this is, right? So, the reason that most successes actually happen are not uh, contrary to, are kind of not one man shows, right? There is this glorified image of even, let's say, a big tech CEO, their face out there as they are the pioneers and drivers of this vision. Now, while that's great for PR, it may not always be the case. Like, if you look at, I play a lot of sports, so coming from a sports kind of analogy, I would say that the captain is only as good as his team, or similarly, you are actually a reflection of your network at some level. So think very deeply about this quote: networks make your net worth. If you look at back in the day, I'm talking 1,000 years ago, people who owned the land, they were the wealthy people, right? They would have land, the landlords, or in India we call them, I think, zamindars or something. They would kind of have these farmers, and they would make all the money. Now, after that, you saw that the people who had, all of the machinery or the industries, people who were into steel, people who were into, coal. These were the markets where big money was made, right? So the steel industry and the coal industry and mining and stuff like this. And then we saw that, post 91, after, like, the internet, and then you had Amazon, Google. It was all about those who had the technology, you know, actually were the winners. Today we have come to this fourth iteration, and it's beyond technology. This is really about the people who have the networks are actually going to go, that step ahead. And this era is no more about productivity, or it's no more about purely knowledge. This era is about collaborations. This is about synergies, and this is about how can we have symbiotic relationships. And I think that's the big curve that we are kind of moving into today. And if you are somebody who is, you know somebody who is afraid of making new friends, uh, or if you're somebody who is not very confident of kind of building your network, I would suggest that you should really reconsider what you are doing, because in today's day and age, your networks make your net worth. Again, I'm not just saying that it's a bunch of followers. Now, people say, "Hey, Jagat, I got you know 10,000 plus followers on one of my social handles." I don't really think that that's a big metric today, simply because in the olden days, begin post out a post, we would share a post, it would reach about 90% of our so-called friends or followers. Now, in today's day and age, where the business model of a lot of these networks are all tied into the fact that they need you to advertise, so they would not, it's against their whole business model to allow organic dispersion of your posts. So I would say that it's all algorithmic today, and there is, it's not really about your followers on your social media, right? It's a lot deeper than that. It's not just about having those numbers in the network, but what's the quality of the conversation that's happening. And that's something that's very important today. We've seen with, a recent, after 2020, we have seen a huge rise in video communications, right? However, we find that the network effect that we talk about with video is actually not happening, right? And what do I mean by network effect? I mean that when more users use a particular platform, that it gets more useful for everybody in the network, right? Does that make sense? So let me repeat that. It says, I mean, basically the network effect is that if there are more users who are using a particular platform, the more users that come in, the more useful that platform becomes for everybody, right? Like an example of, let's say, an Uber, right? I think all of you use cabs. The more number of users who use Uber, the more number of drivers that are going to come onto the platform, because there's that much more demand, right? And the more number of drivers that come onto the platform, the more beneficial it gets again for the users, because there's more availability of drivers, and the wait time becomes lesser and stuff like that. So we find that network effect is not actually happening in video. And when you understand why, the answer is very simple. The answer is that there is no video identity, right? So it's very important for you to actually build a network to have an identity in the first place. right? If you look at your phone contacts, the contacts exist because you have a phone number. If you look at your social media, you have those followers because you have a profile. But what we find in video, unfortunately, is that people don't have a digital or a video identity. And the first step towards building your network online is actually about getting your own video identity. Now, coming to the third secret, which I think is the most disruptive and the most, I would say, exciting aspect of video commerce. We've reached an age today where people are talking about $1 billion one person startup, right? Can you believe that? Can you believe that a single person is responsible for running or will be responsible for running $1 billion company? Is absolutely unbelievable. And this was actually one of my bigger goals, or this was one of my ambitions even when I was starting off. Uh, how could I have a kind of software or an app that would be my new firm or would be my new company or my startup, right? We've always said that uh, the AI is going to take away jobs, or before that, it was the internet would take away jobs. But I think at the end of the day, if we have the ability to run a company solely with a software or an app, I think that is something that's very, very important for people to get truly independent, right? So these are three big secrets today. Is that number one, if you want to succeed in video commerce, please understand the trend is your friend. Number two, your networks make your net worth. And the secret number three, software is your new startup. So if you found that interesting, if you think that this is something that may be interesting for you, or the fact that you may see yourself play a role in this industry unfolding, if you believe that you have a lot more to learn, I would suggest that you should check out what we do. And I invite all of you to come in to break on through to the other side, to come inside the Vidphone ecosystem and look at how amazing the journey is going to be. Now, what if I don't do this, right? What if I don't jump on this bandwagon, Jagat? What if I'm an affiliate or I'm a brand and I have so many other avenues probably to look at? Well, I heard one of the important quotes by a person called Jeff Bezos, who's the founder of Amazon, and he talks about this regret minimalization framework, right? Basically, it says, suppose you're going to die, you're in your last moments of your life. What are your regrets, right? And one of the goals of life is to minimize the number of regrets that you may have. So if you are somebody who thinks a bit like that, who would like to minimize your regrets, and who's somebody who really wants to kind of power the economy and power society around you, I think video commerce is for you. But video commerce again is all over the place. That's why we created Vidphone. So Vidphone is the world's first affiliate-based video commerce platform. What does this mean? Let me jump into a quick demo about what we do. So this is, the Vidphone dashboard. We're going to have a brand new, interface that's already, it's in our final stages of testing. We're going to give you something even more amazing. But for now, for all of you guys who are interested, you should go to vidphone.me. And of course, this is the website. This is where you can gain access. Go get started very, very quickly with a couple of fields. You can just actually unlock your own dashboard. Now, the best thing about Vidphone is that everybody gets their own video identity. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, let's say that this, let us say for me, I'm Jagat, and vidphone.me/Jagat is my very own video identity, or my Vidphone profile, as it were, right? So you can just take a look. Pops up very quickly. This is again, this is in an early kind of release, early days here. But typically, you would find your own video profile. You have your own sales room. You have your scheduled meetings. A bunch of all your vidcasts and a stream of all of your vlogs here in one place. So this is the very first video profile. Of course, I don't post too much there, so maybe I'll just pull up the Vidphone or the that was again an individual, and so you can also do this as a brand or as a company. So this is, for example, the Vidphone ID. Of course, this is a bit in development, so there are a few things that are yet to come here. But what you can see is the world's very first video identity right there. And along with that, you also get four other links through which you can do all of your remote work. The first one being, let's say, your rooms, which is your own dedicated personal video meeting room, right? So you can just pop in. I won't do this because I'm already live. You also have the scheduling feature. Now, the thing with Vidphone or the thing with video meetings is that ideally it's scheduled. And with the scheduling page, Vidphone gives you scheduling and everything in just one big box, right? Like you don't have to go to multiple tools. So somebody can just get onto your scheduling link and book the time or book the time slot that they can actually, that they want to talk to you. And of course, you have vidphone.me/ the TV, of course. So everybody gets their own TV station, right? One of the beauties or one of the amazing things to happen with video is that you can have your own TV station. Now, of course, this is a current stream. Now you'll be seeing the stream here the moment it's done. You can also have interesting call to actions right here. So people can be watching your TV station or watching your entertainment or your educational materials, and you can also have certain interesting promotions going on where you can monetize your channel. Now, apart from the TV, we got also a very, very interesting workspace. We call it the Vidphone Virtual Workspace, Virtual HQ. So let's say vidphone.me/vidphone/office, probably. Okay, it's office/Vidphone. Now, how many of you love remote work? Like, I think many people really enjoy working from home, but of course, this is locked right now. The office is closed, it looks like. But let's get to a public office. Okay, so this is the public office. Everyone can access this. It's like the world's co-working space. Okay, so you can just take a seat. You can just pop right in there, and you're sitting in your desk. Your friends and your colleagues can be joining you from anywhere in the world. They would all take seats next to you, and you have your office space right on your screen. And so here are some of the wonderful tools that we have built out. Some things that we believe are very important for the future of e-commerce and video commerce and also hybrid work. Now, the most amazing thing about Vidphone is that yes, you can sign up for free today. You can just directly go to sign up, create a free account, and start testing it. Those who are interested in advanced features, those who want to go that extra mile, those who understand that there is a lot more for me to learn here, and I need, let's say, a support system with me for helping me strategize, for helping me kind of distribute my products or service, help me improve myself in training. We are right here for support. So feel free to reach out to any of us, and we are going to be there to support your journey. Now, just want to answer 2-3 questions that came up, and wanted to address them right here. One of the common questions is, how are we different from other video meeting platforms? Now, I don't want to take too many names, but all of you are aware of the free meeting tools. Now, I think all of you, there are two ways to look at this, right? So one is to say that, hey, I want, I'm a kind of guy who likes to, I'm very price conscious. I don't like to spend anything. And at the same time, I'm not interested in doing something too much, in doing too many things. Now, I think having free accounts is great for people who are kind of limited by the ambition or the scope or by their interest in kind of growing in this space. But for those who kind of want to go the extra mile, as I said, those who need advanced features, I think you may have seen in the demo already, we are not a one-tool platform. Most of our competition are kind of what we call one-tool ponies, right? Scheduled video meeting links. So for us, it's really about advancement. The moment, it's like how when you had the PCO booths in the olden days, you would have at the end of the time limit, you would have the beeping, and you have to put another coin to kind of renew the call. video meetings is kind of in a similar state right now. And because video is just an evolution of kind of voice, along with, let's say, a picture, uh, the way it's going to play out is very similar to how voice played out, which is that you will have your own video identity. You will be able to talk cross platform, and of course you would use it for business. The moment you got the phone in your homes, like let it be a landline, or later on when it became a mobile phone, a mobile number, that's when the mobile phone or the phone really became a business tool, right? And that's what we're talking about, and that's why we are saying video commerce. It's time to move beyond just video communications, right? So this is about video commerce. The second question is, Jagat, what's the kind of what do I require to get started in this industry? And I would say that, of course, in most new industries, knowledge is always a barrier, right? And one of the best things for people is that many times when you're new in an industry, everybody is kind of as new as you. So, there's no real experts yet. Uh, the main thing about a new industry is one to have a phenomenal kind of dream or a desire of what you want to kind of do, right? I think without that, most people would settle for known solutions or known kind of industries. If you feel that whatever is available to you right now, you still need something more, then this industry is for you. The second, of course, I would say is, a sense of commitment. That's, very, very important. The third and the last I would say is to have a learning mindset. A learning mindset. So I think if somebody has a very, very powerful dream, somebody has the commitment to kind of show up every day and kind of get better at what you do. And the third is, if you have this learning mindset, say that, no matter what is the experience that you have behind you, to say that we are all beginners, it's all, it's a Zen mind. I think this industry is going to be perfect for you. All right. So just want to sum up today. Really, really wonderful. I thank everybody for watching this on all the various platforms. We covered mainly the three secrets. Secret number one being the trend is your friend. Secret number two, networks make your net worth. And secret number three, software is your new startup, right? And of course, ran you through a quick demo as well, answered a few questions, and what are my next steps. So I would suggest all of you to kind of right now go straight to vidphone.me. This is, the website, the domain, vidphone.me. You can click on this get started. On the sign up, of course, I will go straight to my dashboard probably, of course, yeah. But, for all of you guys, you will go to the sign up screen and you'll be able to create your, brand new free video profile on Vidphone. So I suggest all of you to jump straight in, get into Vidphone, see you on the other side of one of the trainings. And again, thanks to everybody who's joined us, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Till next time, thank you very much. Bye-bye.